morning to everyone. We, the Team 6, are here at Bennett University, Greater Noida, participating in a winter internship conducted by Leading in AI. And this is a problem statement. It is a problem statement posted online by Driven Data and is an OpenAI challenge.
So let me explain what the problem statement is. We will be given a few GeoTIFF images and GeoJSON files and JSON files corresponding to the images. The JSON file and the GeoJSON file will contain the coordinates of each rooftop of the buildings present within the GeoTIFF image, and we have to extract those rooftops and then classify them into 5 different classes, which are healthy metal, concrete cement, irregular metal, incomplete, and others. Now you may ask where the project is actually implemented or useful for. So in disaster prone areas like the Caribbean, the building inspectors and disaster management teams has to keep a check on the building materials and the risk involved when a disaster occurs. And rooftop material is a particular characteristic which can determine the risk involved and also play a vital role in the materials used for the buildings. So using the modern development in computer vision and machine learning, it is very easy to identify the rooftop, which will make the process of disaster management cheap, human resource efficient, and very accurate.
Hello, my name is Sai Sudhamsa. Now I'm going to explain the dataset that we have used for this project. We have collected the dataset from the Driven Data website. The dataset has been organized using the STACK specification. STACK stands for Spatiotemporal Asset Catalog, which is a common language to describe geospatial data. So in this dataset, there are 7 huge TIFF images, which are the aerial images of 7 different regions across 3 countries in the Caribbean. The countries are Colombia, Guatemala, and Saint Lucia. So these images have a pixel dimension of about 25,000 cross 25,000 and a resolution of about 4 centimeters. And each image comes along with a GeoJSON file which contains data about the buildings. So we have 10,000 training samples and 4,000 testing samples in the data. So all the training samples have the unique building ID, building footprint, roof material, and verified field in the GeoJSON file. So why do we have this verified field? We have this verified field because as I have explained, there are 7 different regions for which we have the data, and 2 of those regions are not verified by any source. So to mention that, there is a verified field in the training samples. The testing samples have the unique building ID and building footprint. Building footprint is basically given in polygonal coordinates. Its purpose is to extract the building from the image.
Hello everyone, myself Abnayana Madhu. I wanna going to explain data pre-processing. How can it be done? Data processing can be data extraction, SMOT, data augmentation. And the first one is data extraction. Images of building rooftops were extracted from high resolution aerial imagery of each using the GeoJSON file. The file consists of building footprint in polygon coordinates which were parsed using GeoPandas Python package. And the extract roof images was extracted from big.tiff image using raster Python package. Data augmentation. Data augmentation is an efficient technique for improving the diversity of training data by performing transformations of the images. Data augmentation technique including cropping, padding, flipping, zooming, etc. For the roof type images, the transformations performed were vertical flipping, zooming, and increasing the brightness. FASTRY framework was used to perform data implementation and training predefined CNN models on our data. Mixup is a regularization technique proposed It uses data augmentation to prevent overfitting the training data.
Hello everyone, my name is Amit and I'm here to tell about our approach to train the deep learning models for our classification task. One of the major approaches which we implemented was progressive learning. In progressive learning, we resize our given images into smaller sizes, like we started from 128 by 128, then gradually resize it to 256 by 256. This method actually improves the classification results by a very large margin. So, as we all know, the CNNs are proved to be de facto the best neural networks for the classification task. We proceeded with them. So we tried with the ResNet 18, the ResNet 50, ResNet 101 and the ResNet 152. All of them proved quite good, but the ResNet 152 proved to be gave us much better results than all of them. So we took that and we started exploring all other models also, and we came to know about the ImageNet benchmark. And in the ImageNet benchmark, the two best models we found were the ResNext, introduced by the Facebook AI Research, and EfficientNets, introduced in 2019 by the Google. And we used these models, and these models gave us much better log loss values, and also after applying test time augmentation to these predictions, we gave much better results. And for the final submission to the competition, we used the ensemble of all those top 5 best models, and this gave us the log loss value of 0.4373, which gave us 19th rank among 1,425 participants in the OpenAI challenge. So that's how I would like to conclude. Thank you.